The places where you worked?
Where I worked?
Yeah.
Well, see, now when I first started working, I was in junior high school, and I had a job working, doing somebody's little, what they called, I don't know what, they had a name for us. I worked for, it was a Jewish family, and the band had a shoe store in the front, and then I used to go down there and work, do some housework. What do they call it? They used to have a little day for us, I forget what it's called. But I was still in junior high school. I used to go after school down there and work, and then I got paid, for doing those little jobs. And I did those kind of jobs for a long time. Of course, I had a job like that over 44th and Walnut Street. These people they lived on the first floor, they had an apartment building there. I was in junior high school then. I used to go over there after school and run the sweeper, wash the dishes and things like that. That's the kind of work I started out doing, because that's the only kind of work you could get. Like I said, you couldn't get those other jobs. So I did that. You see, I was still in junior high school. I used to go after school and go there and work, and they, of course, pay me. And I'm trying to remember when I really got a decent job. But I've been working like that for a long time. Like I said, I started in junior high school doing work. So I knew I knew things about, making extra money and bringing it home to my mother, give it all to her, Although we were very lucky because, like I said, my father had a job. He worked for the same company for 50 years, the lumber millwork company, So my mother was always home, but things were expensive with children and all these. Every time I worked, I'd always give all the money to my mother. So that's what I did when I was coming
up. Switching gears just a little bit to just kind of wind up. Ultimately, we are doing a mural, and we're looking for local women that you would nominate to be part of the mural, or women from history, or it could be basically the idea is pioneering women. So anyone from the local to the global that you would nominate to go up on the mural, and why?
Even though this for a long time ago,
it could be way back in history.
But like I said, Maria's Chase.
Hi.
That's
too late. You know who's here, Miss Thomas?
Huh?
Is it too late for her to come in?
For it to be interviewed?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, not too late.
If it isn't, because Miss Alma Thomas. Yeah.
Not too late.
She wants to come in.
Okay.
Okay, but she's slow and she has to go to the ladies' room.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Well, you got volunteers.
Yeah.
I want to see. What are you talking about? I said Maria's Chase.
Oh, can I just ask you, we, at our first meeting for this mural, someone mentioned the first African-American woman who was principal of Sulzberger, and I'm wondering if that was who was the principal you're talking about, and he nominated her, if the first African-American woman to become principal. Do you remember?
Sulzberger. Oh, that was a long time. I mean, that was, what was her name? I can't remember her name. She had some sisters.
I didn't go to school.
I remember her, but I'm trying to remember her name. With some sisters that she had, I can't remember her name. I can see her tall lady, but like I said, Maria's Chase, and she was a principal of that school for years. That was elementary school though. But the first one over at Sulzberger, I can't remember her name. I wasn't going there then. I had, left there going, but I remember when. What if my sister remembers her name? She remembers her name. I can't remember her name.
Any other women who you would nominate? It could be again, local to city hall to
be what?
to be what? For the mural.
Oh, Maya Angelou.
Okay.
Maya Angelou.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to girls today? What do you tell your grandchildren, your granddaughters in relation to school, or the main things that you find yourself saying to them?
Well, like I got grandchildren, daughters, and I tell them to stay in school, learn as much as you can, and you can be as much as you want to be. You can reach for the stars and you can make it. You know, I had somebody tell me once, "You're reaching for the stars, but you'll never make it." I had somebody tell me that once, but I would tell my children today, reach for the stars. You can make it if you try. That's what I tell them. Because it's easier for them today than it was for us.
And that's right.
So, that's what I'd say.
Well, you know, I can say when you tell them that, it works, because I've been very fortunate with my children. I mean, like I said, they all went to college, you know, and the children became doctors, and they're all doing well. So if you bring them up that way and tell them, you know, and then now my son, my one daughter, she only so my son, who he's a doctor. I mean, my oldest son's a doctor, but he's 70-some years old, so he's retired. He's not in any of that thing. But I still got a son who's still a doctor. He's actually, you know, working. He works about 3 hospitals, and he has a daughter who is, like you said, you know, they teach her, and she's very smart, you know, and she's, and they have twin boys too, but the daughter, when she comes around, she's really listening to her mother and father and everything, and she's very smart for her age, you know. She comes in, and you look at her, and you know, she thinks she say, we look at each other, you know, but she's been taught this, I guess, you know, so she does it. So it really pays off when you take time with them and do it. We find out it does really pay off.
So one last question. Was your question?
So I was just thinking about what you were saying about seeing Martin Luther King in Philadelphia, and I'm wondering what it was like. This is a very side question, but what the Obama election was like. Did you get to go to Washington at all to see him, or how do you feel the Obama election for you? Like when you were growing up, did you imagine there would ever be a black president?
No, I never imagined it.
No,
I never imagined it.
I thought you were writing the book.
You know, that's just like, I'm never imagining a woman president, but eventually we're going to have one. See? So, yeah, probably, yeah.
But do you, how do you think that's going to impact your grandchildren's generation that there was an Obama president?
What color is it?
Black. Got one sure.
Do you think it's going to be a positive thing for, like in the same way Martin Luther King was a positive thing for your generation? Do you think that Obama could be a positive thing for your generation?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Oh, yeah, because I think he's been a very fine president. You know, he has good, what can you say, qualities about him, you know, the way he carries himself, you know, and the way he can talk, and, you know, and deliver and everything. He has, what do you call those,
all of those qualities.
Yeah. That's why I'm very proud of him, you know. And, you know, very proud to say that he is and everything.
Thank you. That was you really had so many great stories from beginning to end. So we really appreciate it. And just so you guys know the whole story, so we are doing this for a mural, but